Hi, kiddo. How was your day? Well, I'm glad to hear that, I guess. Me? Well, it's October already. Um, Feeling a bit melancholic. Sorry if I'm not all there. It's that obvious, huh? Yeah, I, I visited Mom today. No, I can't go on her birthday. I promised her I wouldn't go on her birthday. I know you remember this one, but honestly, I appreciate the question. She had this incredible dark humor, you know? hmm After the doctors told her, we talked and we cried and we laughed and we nothinged too. Well, we were all over the place, and she I made her a promise. Well, first off, I had a promise to not become one of those dads who would never shut up about his dead wife already. She did. You have so much more important things to yap about anyway. I know, it's just like her. And also, if you could do one thing for me. On my birthday, every year, no matter the weather, will you please not light a candle? Could you do that for me? I know you're a sentimental doofus, darling, but just not the candle cliche, okay? It's bad enough I'm dying. I mean, she just knew me, and she was being very smart about it. In the end, we established that I could go do something at her grave every year, just not on her birthday, but it could be around that time. She just wouldn't want me to get tied down, and it would be a whole thing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it one bit, but she would, though. She would, so here we are. Sometime October, just never the 7th exactly. It just happens whenever I feel wistful. A flower, a candle, it's okay, but nothing that is hard to get. I know it's it's so precise, but we we talked a lot, and it really has made it easy. I mean, yeah, the practical part has been made easy. It's like one of her last gifts to me. She was always so kind and loving and considerate and just herself, you know. I'm all right. I just, I, I see a lot of her in you. You really are her daughter, and you're yourself, obviously. I, it's, it's an amazing combo. It really is. No, I think it's good to bring this up. I mean, I know I hardly talk about her. I hope you don't feel like that door is closed or anything. Well, good. Good. I think sometimes we need to face the hard topics, and I think October is one of those times. Here's the thing. I think October is really a time when everyone just faces death head on somehow. And it it's I'm sorry. You make so much of a difference in all of this, more than you know. Well, really. And not just today, but every day. But it was hard. I mean, yeah. You remember her first birthday, and everyone was like, "Oh, how are you two doing? This must be so hard for you." That was that was really sweet. And it's just that after that, it was the first Christmas and the first this and the first that, and people were there for us. But after a year or so, we had done all the firsts, and now it was just supposed to be normal, you know? I think about a year after it hit me the second time that she was really gone, and she, she's really gone. I just, I just love her so much. And, and she isn't here anymore. Thank you for that. And I know that this isn't the end and everything, and that's great. But all day, every day, I can't tell her about anything. I can't. I would, yeah. Thank you. I I think I rely on you more than you know. Well, she's not here exactly, but she's never gone. Yeah, but I think I understood her at that time, and I guess she already knew me well enough to know, because at that time, her second birthday, I think I think I could have become one of those guys who just won't shut up, you know? Yeah, because if I never stop talking about her, she will be an inevitable frame of reference, still relevant somehow. Well, a lot of old stories make sense. I don't know how many there is, but I've at least heard a couple who ask the question, how far would you be ready to go if it meant the person you love, someone who's really close, could come back to you once more? Not this time, sweetie. I think right now, let's keep the stories to our story. Just for now, okay? You know I'd love to tell you about Izanagi and Izanami sometime. Just not tonight, okay? Yeah, that's the thing. You're right here. I'm so grateful for that. I think that's really what it all comes down to. You know, Johnny isn't a believer, and he told me one time that when someone dies, that's it. No more, no nothing. And I said, that sounds terrifying, because it does to me. And he said, no, that's inspiring. This right here is all we've got. And we need to make the most of it. It spurs me on. Yeah, he is amazing. Differently so than me. Well, there is some of the promises I haven't talked about though. Well, obviously we talked about you. And she said, you gotta promise that you take care of our girl. You promise me that she's safe and that she's loved and that she knows it, okay? That she knows it all. Oh, one more thing. You promise me that you screw that up, okay? I mean, you don't know. It sounds silly now, but she, it has really helped me a lot. Because those are the things that I promised. And those are the things I will do. Some of them a lot more deliberately, but still. Yeah. So whenever I mess things up a little bit more royally, I'll tell myself, there you go. You kept your promise. Now fix it. You know? That's the thing. I mean, I don't agree with Johnny exactly, but he does have a point. At least in some sense. This is what we got, and time is precious. Time with each other is precious. And sure, Mom isn't here, at least not physically, at least not right now. But you're here. And I will do my absolute best to never ever take that for granted. Because you mean so much for me. And you do so much for me. And I won't ever let you forget it.